How you doing, anglers? This is Wesley Remmer with the Peninsula Clarion, and you're watching Tight Lines, your hub for all things fish on the Central Kenai Peninsula. It's sure hard to believe, but this is already the final installment of Tight Lines for the season. It seems like summer just got here, and now bing, it's already over. But opportunities to catch fish remain abundant, although anglers on the peninsula should check the regulations before wetting a line this weekend. A slew of changes took effect today for gear restrictions and daily possession limits on the Kenai, Ninilchik, and Anchor rivers, as well as Deep Creek and Storiski Creek. Through December 31st on the Kenai, only unbaited, single-hook, artificial lures are allowed from the Upper Kili River upstream to an Alaska Department of Fish and Game marker at Skilac Lake. However, bait and multiple hooks are still allowed from the mouth of the Lower Kenai upstream to the Upper Kili through November 30th. The daily possession limit for silver salmon also changed today. It jumped from 2 to 3 in nearly all sections of the Kenai through November 30th. The limit is 3 in the Upper Kenai, except for fly fishing only areas and in the sanctuary portion of the Russian River, where the limit is 1. Always check the regulations before heading out. Jason Pollock, an assistant area management biologist with the Department of Fish and Game, said the season is beginning to peak for rainbow trout and Dolly Varden on the Kenai. With sockeye salmon in the spawning phase, resident fish are beginning to feast on eggs, which should make for good fishing. Water clarity also is good on the Kenai despite recent rain, Pollock told me, and water levels are neither too high nor too low. The department reported slow fishing for silvers in the Lower Kenai this week, but fair to good conditions for the Middle River, Bing's Landing upstream to Skilac Lake. Pollock said there's been a lull in the action on the Lower River because a first wave of silvers passed through and a second wave, made up of larger fish, has yet to arrive. Here's what he told me. We would be anticipating the arrival of the late pulse starting hopefully around September 7th or 10th. Mid-September generally is when the bulk of the late arriving coho enter the Kenai. Bada bing, bada boom, there you have it. Fish are on their way. On the Anchor River, Ninilchik River, Deep Creek, and Storiski Creek, bait is now prohibited and anglers must use single hooks through October 31st. The areas upstream of the 2-mile regulatory markers in all 4 bodies of water are closed to salmon fishing altogether, but remain open for Dolly Varden, steelhead, and rainbow trout. Remember though, steelhead may not leave the water and must be released. Anglers are reporting poor to fair fishing for silvers in the lower sections of the Ninilchik, Anchor, and Deep Creek. But for saltwater anglers, the action for silvers has been fair at Flat Island, Fish and Game reported, and there also have been reports of good fishing for feeder kings near Bluff Point. Fish and Game reported excellent conditions for the 27 stocked area lakes, many of which also support natural populations of rainbows, lake trout, and Dolly Varden. For lake trout, try fishing at Kenai, Skilac, Tustamina, or hidden lakes. Popular methods include trolling with spoons, plugs, stick baits, and spinner rigs, or drifting using jigging tackle tipped with dead baits like herring. Lake trout have moved into deeper waters, Fish and Game reported this week. That's all I've got for you this week, folks, and that'll have to do it for the season. I hope you enjoyed Tight Lines all summer. Best of luck fishing through September. Come back and visit us again next year. If you've got any questions or comments, please email us at tightlines@peninsulaclarion.com, and remember, the right line is a tight line.